What is up, folks? This is Ericast, and welcome back to Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin. Alright, so let's go ahead and
Bearer of the curse,
spend these
see
souls that we've
lest this land.
gotten. Um, isn't a ton, but again, it's almost 10,000, so, might as well. Let's probably get us 2 or 3 levels. Hopefully 3, but we'll see. 2, and yes, it gets us 3. Awesome. Alright, so that'll take us up to 25 strength, which is doing pretty good. We don't have the best scaling with strength and with our current weapon, but it's not bad. So let's go ahead and confirm. Yes. Okay. My cat is very upset because I locked her out, but I can't record with her in the room because she just hollers her little head off. She does not like me recording at all. Actually, it does scale. No, it was only a C. Okay, I was going to say it does scale pretty well with the Morning Star, but it doesn't. But it scales better with the Morning Star than it does with our Fire Longsword, that's for sure. But yeah. And this one's kind of weird. It has a C strength, but it has A for dex. But it requires less dex than it does strength. Which is really strange. Alright, so we need to get our dex up. I thought it required 28, but apparently it doesn't. It only requires 25, so... maybe that's a change? I'm not sure. But yeah. So, we're going to go back to using our Fire Longsword, which is cool. But... aren't you nifty? Alright, so let's go ahead and head back to No Man's Wharf. Alright, so I'm kind of wondering what these red boundaries mean. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure if that means that you have areas you haven't completed in them yet, or what. I'll have to look into that because I just don't know. That is something new. That's not something that has been in the game before, so I have to look into that. I really don't know. I mean, I can think of a couple things off the top of my head that it could mean. So, I don't know. Alright, so let's go ahead and head down here. And we're going to go ahead and take out some of the areas that we haven't been through just yet. But we're going to tackle the area in a similar fashion to what we did last time. Ouch, I got shot in the back. That wasn't very nice. And again. There are times where lock-on can be a bad thing. Especially when you're using larger swords. Well, it was almost bad. But in the beginning here, I'm probably going to be locking on for most of the time. When you have a boss that's a whole lot bigger than you, it's probably a good idea not to use lock-on. Just a quick tip there. Okay. Your death wish. I could have probably done a plunging attack there, but I don't think I would have hit it. 3 iron arrows, that's not bad. I don't want to get hit by your oil. Earl. Dodge your arrow. And now that we have this down, I do want to go up there because I didn't go up there last time. I don't really want to use an Estus flask, so we'll just use a life gem for now. We do have to fight all these guys again. That's fun. Yeah. You are all going to die. With fire. Yeah. You're an excellent swordsman. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Oh, did one of them drop something? No. Okay, it was just to read the message thing. Alright, so... let's go ahead and get you to drop down, because I don't want to have to fight you later. Do your plunging attack. Yeah, you're bad. You're dead. And we're not going to free him because I don't want to have him interfering with my retreat path. Because he can just get behind me and block me from, you know, backing me up, so. Alright, so now we have some dogs to deal with. Which I'm not too happy about. And we also have that oil vat that's beside us. Oh, and we have people throwing oil at us from up top. Which, this would be a great place to have arrows. These dogs, I just can't aggro them. Oh, not good. Yeah, see, that's why I don't like dogs. Okay, and... yeah, you're really aggressive. And the thing that I really don't like about them is they're hyper aggressive. I mean, you have aggressive mobs like this one, but very few are more aggressive than the dogs are. So. An effigy, nice. Alright, so we will go and use a flask now. Because it's fairly low in health, not super low. And actually, it didn't heal me for more than needed, which is nice. Alright. Kind of hoping to stagger him there, but... there we go. Oh, we think we got splashed with some oil. There is an archer behind us. Oh! I thought he was dead. Apparently not. I think we did definitely get splashed with oil then. Hey! I had much shield up. At least I thought I did. Holding down the button for it. You'll have those moments, and this guy's just taking a nap, apparently. I mean, they all were, but he had fighting going on in the room, and he was just like, snore. Alright, what have we got? The Brigand set. Which is actually a good set. And I might switch out some of my armor just to get a little less weight. Because I think it doesn't weigh quite as much. Yeah, I know you there. That's why I didn't stop. My camera kind of got screwed up there a little bit, but... Alright, so let's open this chest and hope it's not a trap, because if it is, it could be not so good. Alright, so repair powder, and they seem to give those out a little bit more liberally now. So I might just use a few more of those. Archers everywhere. And we can't get through this door this way, but we can get it through it from the other side. Which we have opened up with that path. That's why I didn't go that way last time. And that's why I shouldn't have gone this way this time, but I didn't think about it. To be quite honest, I was thinking more of the lockstone thing and this archer guy I didn't want to deal with. I normally don't do this, but I will do it for you guys. One, so you can see what it does. Two, so you can have some more light. Yeah, they've definitely done a lot of work with the lighting effects. See, this is what we were all expecting when we got the game the first time around. What we were promised the first time around, and it looks good. It looks very good. But they decided not to do it. I don't remember if they actually said why, but it's kind of assumed that it was because, well, I think they actually did say it outright, that they didn't include it because they didn't want one platform to be better than the others, which is BS in my opinion, and in a lot of other people's opinions. So when PC is just obviously the best platform, just for sheer power, it is always going to be the best platform, simply because, well, in the current state of things, you can't upgrade consoles. Now, the Steam Machine might change that, but that's gonna, well, for now, the Steam Machine is a fairly niche market, so that may not always be the case, and frankly, I hope it's not, just because I think that that is a good way for consoles to go, but for now, that's not the case, so we'll just have to deal with what we've got, which is console generations that are immediately out of date before they even officially release. So, which is exactly what happened with the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. They were just built with bad hardware. Okay. Couldn't remember if that was one that you had to attack or if it was one that you used X on, or A, excuse me. The reason, I'm not sure if I ever actually said why I'm not using the PlayStation controller still. It's just the Xbox controller is easier to use with PC, so that's what I'm doing. You just plug it in and go, without having to mess around with. There's Gavlan. Hello.
Who are you? I, Gavlan. Gavlan will, Gavlan deal. Gavlan wants soul. Many, many soul. What you want? With Gavlan, you will, you deal.
Alright.
Gavlan will, Gavlan deal. Gavlan wants soul. What you with Gavlan?
Alright, so he's a fairly lovable character. Alright, so increased poise. This is actually a really good ring. I don't think I'm gonna buy it at the moment though. All of this stuff is good to have. This one not so much. I mean, it can be, but it's mainly a PvP thing. I recommend buying poison arrows. They are awesome. You can really cheese out some stuff. Cheese, quote unquote. There, in my opinion, there isn't anything that can be considered cheese in this game. You're dealing with mechanics. That's just how it is. Alright, so I don't think I'm gonna buy anything. It's a good, he's really awesome for just like dumping a lot of your crap that you're just not gonna use. I like keeping like one of everything. That's just how I am. I like collecting everything. I think it's fun. But still, even with that, you end up with several of these. But I'm not gonna do this on camera. But unfortunately, he's gonna disappear once we beat the area, so Ring to Binding is actually really good. I would definitely recommend using it a lot, but I haven't taken enough deaths to really warrant it at the moment, so I'm not gonna worry about it.
Many deal, many thanks.
Ironically, I think he gives me more souls than I've ever given him, so that includes using arrows. Alright, so this is our shortcut back to here. This was the only shortcut. You hear those guys freaking out up there. And that used to be where you summon Lucatiel. I don't know if it still is or not. Let's go ahead and reverse hollow. Humanity restored. Just to make sure that it's not still here. Yeah, it's not. Okay, so it's probably the summoning is closer to the ship, which would make more sense than putting it there, because that never really made sense. And also, she tends to derp off into the water, which is always extremely painful. Okay, it looks like maybe that's her right there. Yeah, you think you're sneaky, aren't you? Alright, so I probably should have waited, but I want to go over here and talk to him, which he's probably not going to give me the time of day.
I see light, but it remains dim. I am Carillion, and I've no interest in the magic impaired. I see. I am.
Well, fine then. Yeah, like I said, he's not going to give us the time of day. But that's fine. Oh, I missed an item. Look at that. Amazing how perspective gives, or the way you look at things gives you... whatever. You know what I mean. Change in perspective can allow new sights into a problem. Alright, so let's run over here. Probably going to be, like, nothing important whatsoever. But I would still like to get it, because I want to know what it is. What have we got? Oh, actually that is fairly nice. So we've got a soul that we can use, and we've got the Silky Stone, which can be good, can be crap. Who knows? There are actually 2 summon signs there, but I'm not going to worry about that yet. And I don't normally summon Lucatiel here either. Usually I clear the ship first, and that would probably still be a good idea, but I have no idea what to expect up here this time. Alright, you coming, Lucatiel? Oh, and she's gonna have that guy chase her. And I want to go ahead and get on the ship because even with that guy chasing her down, I don't want to... Oh, crap. Not good. I don't want to have her derp off into the water. Oh, this isn't good. I think I'm just going to let her take care of him, because I don't want to risk my sword. Alright, so there's one of those big guys over there. I'm going to use a repair powder. I don't really want to do this, but I don't want to risk her dying either. Okay, so it didn't heal it back to full, but it healed it enough. That's fine. We don't have far to go to get to the boss. The boss is actually in this ship, so... Okay, so she doesn't seem to be... Lucatiel is pretty tanky. Even in the worst of times, she's pretty tanky. So you don't have to worry too much about her, but at the same time, you don't want her to die either. Because if you have her live throughout all of her boss encounters that you can summon her with, you get her armor. So I would really recommend that. So her armor is pretty awesome. And we're going to use a life gem. And into the mist. Alright, so this guy has his strong attack side and he has his quick attack side, which you can guess which is which. But he only... Ow. He only attacks with one at a time, thankfully. He doesn't attack with both. Thankfully, Lucatiel does do a little bit of damage herself, and she can tank, like I said, pretty well. But we do much more damage. If we'd upgraded our sword, we'd be doing a heck of a lot more, but... Oh. Not good. Our sword is taking a lot of hits for this, though. Oh, staggered him. Still a little worried about it breaking. Yeah, he does do that attack, though, which is a bit scary. Let's go ahead and use our last Estus Flask, just to be safe. Probably don't need to, but we definitely won't need it after this, so probably shouldn't. There might be some changes that make it so that we need it later, but we've still got a bunch of life gems, so. But quick, easy victory. And we have our boss soul, which is pretty cool. Just in case, I'm going to go ahead and switch this out for the short sword. Just so I don't get in the middle of a fight and have it, you know, at risk. Alright. Big pointer, guys. Open the chest before you move on. Pyromancy Flame and Fireball. Which I've never really liked pyromancies that much because they're very slow. Extremely slow. Nice little cinematic of us heading out to the Lost Bastille, which we've already been to. But we haven't been to the main entrance for it, so. Which is where we're going now. Alright, so this is the reason I say loot the chest first, because if you don't, then, well, sorry. You're gonna have to go through that area all over again just to get the loot. So, but with that shortcut, it's actually not that bad, so. Oh, it looks like we actually have some enemies this time. There used to not be any guys in here. But quick backstab gets rid of that one. And it looks like we just have this guy standing in our way. Oh, yep. See, we're covered in oil now. Oh. You're gonna drink an Estus Flask, look at you. Alright, so short sword, not that good, unupgraded, and frankly, why would you upgrade it? But a neat thing is you can actually wash the oil off in the water, but I don't have any water to wash it off with. It should eventually just wear off, but it doesn't seem to be wearing off very quickly. And it makes me all nasty. Alright, so we are actually going to do something here. I hope that it is worth it. I'll trigger the elevator. They fixed it! Yay! You used to kind of bug out on top of the elevator, and you would just like drop and drop and drop and drop and drop and drop. So, but there's this cave. Fine work, yes. A scimitar and repair powder, and the scimitar is actually pretty nice. I like the scimitar. It's a curved weapon, and it's actually better than this one. So, yeah, we don't have enough dex to use it, so we'll go back to short sword. But I like curved weapons. They're very, very nice. I like using dex builds quite a bit, but I always naturally go for dex builds, so I try to not. You know, I try to go outside my comfort zone and use something else. Magic builds can be pretty fun. But starting off, as I mentioned when I started this series, is pretty slow because you're using a dagger and you don't have enough spells to really cast on everything. So you really got to watch your spell uses, which I think is cool. I like it. I think it's fun. But I didn't think it was the best way to start a series, especially on a channel that I've mainly focused on Minecraft and not Dark Souls. So I wanted to have a little quicker start, and a strength build or a dex build is the best way to do that. So let's go ahead and head back to Majula and spend our spells, and then our souls, not our spells. And then we'll go ahead and call it a little bit early here, but we've run long on several episodes now, so
Bearer of the
a little
curse.
before the 30-minute mark is a good thing.
Seek, lest this land.
Alright, so let's go and level up. And we're going to take this up to 17, which is not bad. And actually, it's really close. You know what? I think what I'm going to do, just so we can go ahead and switch to the weapon that I want to use, is let's go ahead and spend some of these. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start with a larger one. I'm not going to spend the boss souls. But let's go ahead and do... That should get me a good ways toward it. Let's see how far that gets me.
Bearer of... lest this...
Alright, so level up. 1, 2, 3. Awesome, it gets us to 20. So, confirm. Excellent. So we can stop using the fire longsword and use that as a backup whenever we need it. But we shouldn't really need it, because this is an awesome weapon. Alright, so I'll just show you the attack moves for it. I usually two-hand it. But unfortunately that's not very good for attacking lizards. It just has a really nice move set that's good at multiple things. So if you're in a narrow hallway, that's pretty good. If you're attacking a large group of things, that's pretty good. And then of course you can use it as a one-hand as well. So it has just a really awesome move set, and I would recommend to anyone playing that they use this weapon. But it just depends on your playstyle to what you're going to use. That's a Ultra Greatsword that he's using, which I tend to not use, but there's a few that are really good that I like. So I don't know. It just all depends on your playstyle. Go for your playstyle. Don't go for what people say is amazing. Just go for what you enjoy and what you do well with. Because if you don't do well with an Ultra Greatsword, it doesn't matter how hard the thing hits, because you're not going to be hitting anything with it. So, and Ultra Greatswords are kind of hard to hit things with because they act differently even when you're locked onto something. They attack in the direction you're facing and not in the direction that the target is. So it can be a little awkward and frustrating when you're starting out with one. So just use what you're comfortable with. That's really the best thing that you can do, and you know what you'll succeed most with. So with that, I think we're going to wrap it up here. And yeah, so until next time, I hope you all have a wonderful day.